What's going on, everybody? It's Dot Bets. We're checking back in. We got our, man, can't believe it, already week 6 on the dot NFL live stream coming at you guys here. Special Friday night edition. Have prior commitments on Sunday morning, so might as well get it out early. Give the people what they want. A little bit more time to get the better lines as well. But as always, appreciate you guys tuning in, no matter if it's Friday night, Sunday morning. I know Sunday mornings are a little bit more optimistic. You're really, really excited for the Sunday slate to get going, firing off in the comments. So if you guys are still here on a Friday night, love to hear from you guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, this is brought to you by Occupy Fantasy. Guys are absolutely killing it this NFL season. Brian just put up a great YouTube video over on Occupy's YouTube channel. Make sure you guys subscribe there. They're close to 10,000 subscribers. Shout out to them. But yeah, he broke it down how to use the builder, how to use the tools effectively in Showdown. So it's very useful. So make sure you guys go look at that video and learn some stuff for sure. I definitely did. All right. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We got a comment here. CCD, accept my trade bum. I haven't seen it. I have not seen it. I was too busy getting after it today. All right. Okay. If you guys have not been here before, this is what we'll do. So we do a spread, we give a total, and then we got 3 props, and then we have our teaser picks that are just absolutely astonishing this year, astonishingly bad because every damn good team just doesn't want to win. I bought back into one of my survivors last week, and that was the worst decision ever because then I played the Seahawks, and now I'm out again. So no more survivor for me this year, maybe until March Madness survivor. But and then we will go with the anytime pick to click touchdown of the week. Chuba Hubbard came through very nicely for us last week. 38-yard touchdown run to score the first touchdown, which sucks because I usually give out the first touchdown scores on this, but I stopped because, you hit them like once or twice a year and it doesn't really pay off. So, but nonetheless, we'll get after it. We'll be here for about, until about 8:30 tonight. So if you do have any additional questions, I know it's early, but if you guys are rewatching this up until the Sunday slate, leave a comment if you guys are on YouTube. If not, shoot me a DM on Twitter or X now. And make sure you guys, if you guys want all my plays, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and you get access to the Discord as well. But yeah, we got bunch of college football coming up. Huge, awesome slate for college football. Should have another 3-unit play tomorrow in that. And then in the NFL as well, along with these free plays I give out, I also have subscriber plays as well. All right, we got CCD. What's up? Mike Evans under Lattimore owns him. Yeah, that game just doesn't even intrigue me this week because of the Spencer Rattler commotion with that, and the Derek Carr injury late screwed up my same game parlay. But yeah, I could see that. Lattimore does own him. That's more of a Godwin game there, so don't mind that. All right, so let's get into our first play on this beautiful Friday night. And you probably wouldn't think I'd be on this type of a game, and a lot of people, we've seen this game get absolutely steamed to the under. And I like that. I like this for the side too. So give me the Los Angeles Chargers coming off of the bye, minus 104 over on FanDuel. I have the Prop Radar pulled up here, but let me divvy up real quick on the Occupy website to go to the live odds tab. And this is the easiest tool on the internet. Great free feature over on OccupyFantasy.com. Just scroll over to the betting tabs, go to live odds, and you can get the spread, money line, over unders for each and every sports book known to man. And you can go see live odds and click bet now, right there. So as you can see through here, minus threes across the boards. Really, really like this position here for the Chargers. Mainly, in fact, a young team, not a young team like that, but with a I would say an inexperienced coach, but he's been in the NFL for so long. But it's more of just a guy getting his feet wet and accustomed to the game once again. A bye week always helps. Herbert was hurt, needs additional bye week. He should be probably the healthiest he's been coming into the season. And then you have the ground game of the Chargers that should absolutely be able to dominate this game. The Broncos defense has been stellar, been very, very stellar as of late, with huge wins over, that huge win over the Jets, stymied them. And then just last week, we were on the Broncos as a subscriber play last week, and coming off of a nice little high there. I think this is a good letdown spot for a team here with the Chargers, who I think are the clearly better team, better defense. Bo Nix should not be able to get much on the ground, and Javonte Williams and McLaughlin, and they're all it is dink and dunk for this offense. This Chargers defense is no joke. They should be able to control the game, get to Bo Nix, and I think if your best receiver is Cortland Sutton, you don't have too much of an offensive game. That's why you've seen this over under get absolutely steamed down to now 35.5, started at like 37 or 38. So yeah, 35.5 currently. If you want to take the under, do not blame you one bit here, but the Chargers should roll. So give me Chargers on the road, dominating the time of possession. J.K. Dobbins should feast in this one. All right. And we got lad receptions this game. What is that? I don't even know. Let me look. Receptions for what do we got? Over 4.5. How many targets has he got? He's gotten 7, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, coming out of the break, I could see it. Coming out of the break, get him a little bit more action there, a lot more than hopefully Quentin Johnston, that's for sure. All right, now, man, there are some marquee games. The noon game that everyone wants to watch is that Commanders Ravens, and then you got the 3:30 game with the Lions and the Cowboys. I like both of them. I love both of those game environments. I would be stacking those very heavily in DFS, and I'm kind of kicking myself for last week because I saw a lot of people have success with Burrow stacks. And I sat on this stream and I said, I'm going to either go a Houston or a Cincy stack. And I went with the higher owned quarterback, which is the dumbest play in DFS this year. But because he was low owned, I said, you know what, let's go Tank. Let's go Nico, and let's go Stroud. And I think I ran it back with with Kincaid, because I thought Kincaid was going to have an absolute really good game. Then all of a sudden, I'm watching this game. Nico gets hurt, and I'm like, oh no, here we go. And then I just see Burrow absolutely go to town. Five touchdowns, instantly pissed off. And because I had Burrow, Higgins, Chase, and I brought it back with Flowers, and I had the stack. I had it. I literally had it in my app, and I went Stroud. But nonetheless, that's why we play DFS, and I'll be back on the horse this week for sure. But speaking of that game, of the Ravens, I'm going to go back to the well here. We're going to go Commanders, Ravens over 51.5. Huge number here. Very, very well justified if you've seen both of these teams. The Commanders are known for their horrible defense. Known. But Dan Quinn has got this defense stopping the run very well, but not through the air. So I still think air raids are going to persist in this one. And if you watch the Ravens play this year, it's literally just a pass funnel defense. So I do like Terry's props. I'm not giving them away. I don't have that as one of my props in here, but I wanted to just, if you guys tuned in, I would not be opposed to playing Terry McLaurin over receptions or over his receiving yards or longest reception. Really, really like that particular angle there. But this game in general should have a electric feel here. Uh, that's if that's a big if. But I've been saying that all season long. If Jaden Daniels can produce, he's been producing. I feel like it's just a given that he's just going to do what he does and extend drives. So he should be totally fine here. I'm not too worried if you get pressure on him because he can, he's so elusive. He can get out of the pocket, extend drives, and then find Brown deep, find McLaurin deep, and just absolutely ball out like he's been doing. And the same thing here with Lamar. You're going to see two electric quarterbacks, and it's going to be a fun one to watch. So give me the points in this one. Over 51.5 should be fun. If you want a different angle in this game, what I almost went with was the Ravens first half. I think it was like 3.5 or something like that, because Lamar's always been one of the. I think he might be the most profitable first half quarterback, I think, in the history of NFL. So that is an angle you can go there. But I'm going to take the points here and stack this game pretty heavily in DFS. Probably like everybody else, but you just got to get a little bit different. All right, let me know what you guys think of that spread. The spread play is pretty ugly. I'll give you that. The Chargers is not a fun one to click on whatsoever. I've tried to stay away from the Raiders, the Broncos, the Steelers, like all these ugly win teams, But we're gonna go back to it. We're gonna go to Chargers. All right. Now, if you want to totally fade this teaser, go right ahead. But we have to hit them sooner rather than later. And I think this is probably the one we're going to go with. We're going to go to Philly. They should handle the Browns. The Browns are absolutely atrocious. And then the Texans, I usually don't do this, but I'm wanting to make it a 7-point teaser. So I tease it over the 0, which is not the greatest, but anything this year that makes sense does not happen. So screw it. I'm going to go this route. Texans are going to be, I'm going to tease them down on the road. Drake May should not win his first game, especially no Ramondre Stevenson. Mixon is back for the Texans. That is the huge factor here. They've been missing that ground game tremendously. Got lucky against the Bills last week, even though that was a stream play there with the Texans. They did, in fact, get extremely lucky at the end of the game that the Bills forgot how to game manage the clock. And then we were going to go with the Ravens. So I do like the Ravens in that overall position. I told you the first half, and I'm okay with them the entire game long. So 7-point teaser, three legs, plus 130, 1.5 units. I'll give that out to my subscribers as well. And we are going to hit one. I'm pretty certain we're going to hit at least one this year. I mean, it's just incredible because last year we were hitting these at like, if we gave out 5 already, we were probably hitting 4 out of the 5. And this year we're 0 for 5, which is just atrocious. But it's a lot of time to get it right. And we're going to start with week 6 here. All right. So we got our spread play. We got our total. And now we got our teaser. And then we have our 3 props. And this one, it goes to that second game environment that I really like this week, which is the Lions-Cowboys matchup at Jerry World. That is, it could be an NFC championship preview, but we'll see. We shall see if the Cowboys can get there. But I do like this position. I think the Lions have a trenches victory here. They should dominate the line of scrimmage, and Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs should lead the way like they've been doing all season long. And I just don't. I think Frank Ragnow should be back for this game, so I'm totally fine here with backing this ground game for the Lions here. So, but I'm going to go with the more explosive player, the player that has hit this in 3 straight games. So give me Jahmyr Gibbs over 58.5. I'll bring this up on the OccuProp radar because it has actually gotten steamed a little bit throughout the industry. As always, this is over on Occupy Fantasy's website, occupyfantasy.com/OccuProp radar. And let's just type in Gibbs. And we'll go right to Jahmyr Gibbs. Let's go to his rushing yards. So As you can see, 58.5 over on FanDuel, as high as 61.5 over on Caesars and BetMGM. I am all for this line. All for it. Like I said, Montgomery and Gibbs should. You can take either one. I'm totally fine with either one. I almost took his rushing plus receiving yards here for Jahmyr Gibbs, but he's going to be one of my favorite plays this week in DFS, and I think he should definitely get here on the ground. If you've watched this Dallas defense, so the first several games, they got obliterated by Kamara and Derrick Henry. 115, 151 on the ground. Even Lamar had 87. Then they got to play the Giants. Then they got to play the Steelers. So from there, you just don't have that great of a ground game with Singletary and Najee Harris. Now you're back to an elite run offense here, which I think gives us a pretty favorable line here. And as you've seen this line history for Jahmyr Gibbs, I mean, it's probably peaked at like 60-ish, and now it's going back down to 58.5. So I'm totally fine here. Rush attempts per game, 11, 13, 16, 14. He's getting, that was always the key with Jahmyr Gibbs was, does he get enough rushing attempts in a game? They have featured him on several main drives here, and I think this is a smash spot for this Lions offense, especially through the ground game. And if you want to counter that, so say you screw this play, you don't want to play Jahmyr Gibbs, I would go with Dak or CeeDee Lamb over receiving yards, or Dak pass yards as well. So I think this is a great, come from behind game for the Cowboys. I'd be shocked if they get out to a lead. With that ground game, they're going to be one dimensional because Dowdle's playing better, but overall the Lions should control the line of scrimmage, the trenches, and you should see them basically dominate the game here. I don't mind the -3 lines. It's a weird line that you think that this game should be a little bit closer, because you would think that creep closer to like 4.5 to 5, but they're keeping it at 3. So people are in love with Dallas out there. But give me Jahmyr Gibbs over 58.5 rush yards here for our first player prop of the week. All right, and this one's not nasty. It's just very. He just hasn't done a lot to warrant this. You could say Jahmyr Gibbs, yeah, but everyone knows who not knows who Jahmyr Gibbs, but yeah, I've played Jahmyr Gibbs props all day long. But this one, he just hasn't done really anything this year. But he has the premier matchup that I've been exploiting every single week here. And I don't care what the receiver is, but I'm taking the bigger receiver against the Indianapolis Colts. That you would think it'd be DeAndre Hopkins, but I'm not going to go with him. I'm going to go with my main man who stole my heart last year in fantasy because he won me a big playoff matchup with a huge game against the Bucs. I think this is a good get right spot for Calvin Ridley here, but the last 2 games have been atrocious, absolutely atrocious. I mean, but one of the games you didn't have Mason Rudolph. Will Levis is coming back, basically playing for his job, I would think. But he's only, he started out the year 7, 6 targets, and then the last 2 weeks has literally disappeared. Has 3 targets, reception yards, literally has not gone over 20 yards the last 2 weeks. Gives us a favorable line here in a marquee matchup here against this Indianapolis Colts. And if you run vertical and are big, you are going to have over 100 yards receiving, 100%. This guy will definitely be in my ladder wide receiver parlay that I give out for subscribers in the Discord. So, but I mean, let's go through the weeks. Rome, Dunze, or sorry, let's go week 1. Week 1, Nico, 117. Week 2, Romeo Doubs, who doesn't even want to even play anymore. He got 62 yards. Big, tall receiver. Then week 3, you have the Bears. Rome Odunze, big, vertical receiver, 112. You even had DJ Moore go 78, smaller vertical receiver. Then you had Pickens go 113 against them, small but vertical. And then you have Brian Thomas last week that absolutely demolished them, along with Christian Kirk, 122 and then 88 for Kirk. This Colts defense is that bad. It's that bad. The guy who got burned last week with Brian Thomas literally got cut. You know, there's not much not much going for this Colts defense here. So if you can't stomach the 42 and a half, if you want to just take it for one long deep play, go over 21 and a half, longest reception. Calvin's hit that in three of his last five. But I want to see what it is across the board here on the OccuProp radar with Calvin Ridley. I think this is a little bit more of a roller coaster line. Let's see. Total receiving yards. Yeah, so we got 42 and a half. Sorry, that's on BetMGM, not Caesar. Go on BetMGM, over 42 and a half. But then you see it as high as 46 and a half here. Sorry, let me pull this up. 46 and a half here at Caesars, 45, and then 46 and a half over on FanDuel. So you are seeing it low so I'm taking the lower line here. But I mean, I'm probably going to go 50 or 60 plus with Calvin in that parlay. It's a great spot. And I mean, if he can't do it in this matchup, I don't know when he's going to do it this year. And the offensive coordinator has came out and the head coaches came out and basically said that they want to feature Calvin Ridley, get him more involved in the games. So look for Calvin Ridley here to have a big day. I want to see, I'm going to use the Occupy's model real quick, not put it up on the screen, but I always like to see this for ownership for DFS. I want to see Ridley. Currently, they'll have multiple model updates, but currently he's 2%, which I think is surprising. I would say that he's going to be a little bit higher, but like a lot of people, if you don't do anything lately, you're just basically gone. But the good DFS players see no projections, and they can see great matchups. Low-owned players, I'm okay with playing Ridley. All right, ugly, but yeah, I'm going with it. Ugly, but I'm doing it. And then this is the last prop we got here is an angle that I gave to subscribers last week, and it was Roschon Johnson against this Carolina Panthers defense. I wasn't expecting Swift to have a bounce back, not necessarily, but it was more of you control the game against this Carolina Panthers run defense, so you're going to get more opportunities, which I thought Roschon would have. It was at 27 and a half, and he ended up at 25. So I thought to myself, I think this is the perfect scenario to go back to it, and not with Bijan, but with Tyler Algier. So Tyler Algier over 37 and a half rush yards. And if you've watched this Falcons team, you know this guy gets too much run. If you have Bijan Robinson, I don't understand why Algier is on the field, but he is. So if you look at his rush attempts, I mean 9, 7, 8, and he had 6 last week because they're trailing for a lot of the games. But he could, and his projected rush attempts are double digits this week because of 6-point favorites here, and against this Carolina defense, you can run on them at ease. But if that's the case that you can run on them, Bijan they don't really want to use Bijan as a featured between the backs or between the tackles running back. You've seen that is Algier, and that is Algier all day long. It's been last year, it's been this year. They like to use Bijan in the pass game and outside runs. That's how they like to use them. So in a game, 6-point favorites, game script positive. Give me Algier here and if you're giving me 10 rush attempts, I'm more than likely going to hit this rush yards. He's gotten 53, 32, 60, and 12. So yes, it is a roller coaster. And this guy could, Tyler could basically get 20 yards, rushing yards, and slap me in the face. But going against this great matchup here with the Panthers, in between the tackle runner, I'll show you guys week by week again versus these guys. You had Kamara, Jamal Williams. Jamal Williams had 38. Kamara had 83. Gus Edwards had 59. J.K. Dobbins 131. Then you had the Raiders just can't run the football whatsoever, so they had 34 and 7 for Zamir White. But then you had Chase Brown and Zach Moss. Chase Brown 80, Zach Moss 51. And then last week, you had DeAndre Swift 73, and damn Rojan should have had 3 more, but he had 25. So there's opportunities here for the running back position, and you can see, Roschon had 10 attempts last week. Chase Brown splitting with Zach Moss had 15. Then you had Gus Edwards had 18. J.K. Dobbins had 17. Kamara 15. Jamal Williams 11. As you can see, there's a lot of rushing opportunities out here. I love this angle here because I think a lot of people are going with Bijan in DFS. I'm not going to play. I mean, it'd be silly to play Algier in DFS. I mean, you're just not going to get that much volume. You want the volume, but you're going to get enough volume here to have some prop value in this one. So 37.5, I believe that is industry wide. Let's pull up the OccuProp radar and see. Tyler, let's go Algier. Let's see. Total rushing attempts. So 8.5, 9.5, and rushing yards. We got 38.5 across the boards, and then 37.5 over on FanDuel. So easy feature over on Occupy Fantasy's website. My favorite thing to use each and every night when I'm going after when I'm deep diving into the slate. Good old Friday nights used to be for going to the bar. Now I just deep dive into NFL slates because that's what I do. All right. And we will go with our anytime touchdown score. Like I said, we hit Chuba last week. I think we are 2 of 5, 3 of 5, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but let me know. But I think I'm 3 of 5. And then this week we are going to go with that matchup. The first matchup I talked about, taking that over in the Commanders Ravens game, and we are going to go with the electric quarterback of the Washington Commanders. And I've been wanting to take this guy all season long. I'm super pissed that I haven't as many times as he's had opportunities. I'm trying to pull the numbers up real quick for you. But plus 150 I got over on FanDuel. I think it's as low as plus 135, but I'll show you guys that on the OccuProp radar. I mean, you've seen the Ravens give up a rush touchdown to Dak. I can't believe they didn't give one up to Josh Allen. He should have got in there, didn't. But my basis here is whenever the Commanders get into the 20-yard line or below, or 10-yard, I mean, they don't even think about passing it. It's Brian Robinson, Eckler, and it's Jaden Daniels and the run pass option. I mean, it's fantastic to watch. Except for last week when you had Terry McLaurin that you really, really want to get in the end zone, and they just continue to run the hell out of the ball. But he did not score last week against Cleveland, but he has scored a total of 4 touchdowns already this year. 2 against Tampa, 1 against the Bengals, and 1 against the Cardinals. Very, very easy keeper. And I see Robinson is questionable game time decision. He wasn't very effective last week, but McNichols has been very, very good when he came in. Eckler has been pretty decent this year as well. But yeah, rush red zone attempts. So each week, 3, 4, 2, 2, and he even had 3 last week. He just didn't get in. So it's consistent. I mean, if you tell me you give me 3 to 4 opportunities each and every week, I'm okay with plus 150 odds here, especially with the guy who's got the football in his hands every single snap of the game. And how electric Jaden Daniels been playing up against this great matchup against him and Lamar. I think they're both going to want to show out. So Diggs, by the way, 7, what's up, man? Appreciate you tuning in. But yeah, so Jaden Daniels plus 150 is probably my favorite pick to click anytime touchdown. And as always, join the Discord, either Occupies or myself. I give out all my anytime touchdown parlays in there. We smack the week 1 for like plus 6,000 or 1 grand. We're damn close. We're damn close to hitting another one. Damn close to hitting another same game parlay. We've been 2 legs off or 1 leg off for a couple grand here. So we're right there. I know the Discord's hungry for more, but we are definitely going to get after it. And I do a same game parlay for each and every primetime game, and then I give touchdown parlays for the main slates on Sundays. So, all right, let's recap real quick before we get up on out of here. We're going a little bit past 8:30, but I'm sure none of you guys mind that. We got first play. We got Chargers -3. We got the Commanders Ravens over 51.5. We got the 7-point teaser, and I swear if this doesn't hit, I might just be done with. I might be done with them. But I'm not going to. I can't with teasers. I can't. They're too profitable in the long run. They really are. They really are. Gibbs over 58.5 rush yards. The clear number one favorite of mine. Calvin Ridley, disgusting prop bet here, but I'm going to do it. Over 42.5 receiving yards. I swear if you can't get 43, Calvin, I don't know what the hell you're going to do. I don't know what else you want to do in a great freaking matchup. Come on. And then the rush attempt volume here with Tyler Algier. I've won in depth on all 3 of those. All 6 of my plays I've won in depth on. So make sure you guys rewatch this. If you guys rewatch it, hit that subscribe button. Appreciate you guys tuning in to the end. Looks like we have several people still in here. Appreciate you guys each and every week. And then Jaden Daniels, let's go anytime touchdown. Actually, let me pull that up on the Occupop radar real quick because I did not show you guys and I want to. Jaden Daniels, I think the lowest one's like plus 135 to score a touchdown. Yeah, plus 135 here over on BetMGM, plus 145 on Caesars, and then plus 150. And that's I think it's been as low as plus 130 on DK and FanDuel this year, but it's been pretty profitable if you've bet on him to score a touchdown. So we're going back to the well there. All right. Well, if you got any other questions, let me know. I'll be around the whole weekend. So make sure if you have any questions, DM me at .bets or simply reply to the YouTube video, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Let's have another profitable week 6, and let's catch some tickets. See you guys.